Hi, my name is Violet, and I'm here to explain what our new Parenting Help channel is all about. It's a different and, in my opinion, commonsensical approach to parenting. I've learned the hard way over the years that the easy way out is a whole lot more fun and sustainable than the no pain, no gain school of thought. Now, of course, we have to go through hardship at times, but setting ourselves up for ease and fun is so much more inspiring. So my concept integrates going with the flow as much as it is humanly possible. And borrowing the lyrics from Disney's Aladdin, it's a whole new world and a new fantastic point of view, is at least my hope. There's so many wonderful and effective channels out there to teach, guide, and coach you through the different stages of your child's life, from potty training, disciplining timeouts, what to feed them, what to read to them, the 3R, etc. But our Parenting Help channel is different in that we're going to focus on you. The purpose of our Parenting Help channel is to support and help you fulfill the purpose of parenting that you've undertaken in this part of your life. So to repeat, the purpose of our Parenting Help channel and why we're here is to help and support you to fulfill your purpose of parenting your child, because it's the most important job on our planet. And to make it even clearer, your purpose of parenting is to raise good adults through love, compassion, and instilling the foundations of good character in your children. But before I go on, I have to mention that the most important purpose of parenting is for your child to feel unconditionally loved, cared for, safe, and secure with you. So with that said, back to what's important in the context of our channel. So to recap, the most important purpose of parenting is to raise good adults through your love, compassion, and instilling the foundations of good character that'll enable them to create and live a happy life. And we'll do this together by number one, simplifying your responsibility as a parent by introducing a new way of approaching parenting. And number two, we'll be here to support you as you integrate our concept and approach in your happy parenting adventure. So now, what's this new approach and concept? Well, the concept is so simple that I hope it brings a chuckle and smile to your face whenever you think about it. And as all things go, it has to be simple, because if it's complicated, it's not going to be sustainable. And I mentioned in one of my videos that good kids don't necessarily grow up to be good adults. It's not always congruent or simpatico. So even if you cajole and coerce them into being a good kid, it won't guarantee you a good, strong, and resilient adult. Okay, so now on to my point. What if having a well-behaved, good child doesn't rank at the top of your parenting priority list? Of course, it would be great to have an obedient child who makes you look good. But instead, what if your end game was raising a good adult? If so, wouldn't it change your parenting strategy a bit, or maybe a lot? For example, instead of figuring out how to make them behave appropriately, what if the goal was to simply let them know what appropriate and polite behavior looks like? And of course, encourage them to do it, but let them know why it's important. And being sure that the why it's important is relevant and important to them. For example, like getting to go, to the park or a game or, events more often, and, having more friends because they're kind and respectful. That's the key, right? What's important to them, what's in it for them is going to resonate with them. So know your child well enough to introduce skills, tools, and habits that they can use as ammo to help them pursue their passion and purpose in life as adults. Try to envision what you want your child to be as an adult, until, of course, they decide what they want to be. And wouldn't it be an amazing gift that we provide for them? something that can't be stolen or taken away from them. The awareness, skills, and habits that they've acquired because you provided it for them. It'll fortify them to take on the world. But let's get it into our heads that it's okay that Terry isn't at the top of the class, or, Bobby is on the bench and Penny isn't pitch perfect. And know that it's our job through trial and error to help our kids find their bliss, their passion, their purpose. And we do this by exposing them to new things that, they might not necessarily be good at, but it'll lead them to their destiny as the experience unfolds for them. And at the end of your parenting tunnel, you'll have exposed them to everything you possibly could to enrich their lives. It's awareness of what it's going to contribute to their lives as adults. What is it? And that's what we've provided for them. And the rest is up to them, right? And as in most things, starting with the goal in mind yields the highest probability of success. Okay, so if you can indulge me a little bit and join me in my Pollyanna world for a minute, convince yourself that your child is the super special one who's going to make a difference in the world and make the world a better place. Wouldn't this change your perception and reality to carefully nurture, guide, and raise this precious and special child of yours? You might say, oh, come on, Vi. Aren't you being over dramatic about my kid being the super special one? To that, I would respond, no, I'm not over dramatizing, because each child is born with a special gift and talent to contribute to our world. This is fact. So it's your challenge, responsibility, and purpose to help your kid find it. Find his or her magic. Help him, help her. And I'd also like to say something to qualify, what you're hearing. That, there isn't a one-size-fits-all parenting philosophy or model. And where I'm going or coming from may sound a little la-la landish, but because there's so much diversity in our world today and the accessibility of information and new ways to look at things just abound, there are many parenting methods out there, and one of them are going to resonate with you and suit your family. But if you happen to be viewing me on our channel right now, it's for a reason. And, the reason could be that you have this consciousness, a more maybe universal and broad worldview of parenting maybe, or, you were seeking a different way and found me. So rather than focusing on Johnny being a good boy, maybe you're seeking to prepare him to be the best he can be so he'll one day be in the best position to contribute to his world, our world, as a man. So whatever it is, from being the maintenance worker cleaning, the dolphin tank at a marine park, or, being a marine biologist to research the behavior of dolphins to make, some significant, magnificent contribution to mankind, and everything in between. Each person has a relevant and important role on our planet. And our role here on the Parenting Help channel is to support and help you. I'll be here to remind you that it's your responsibility and purpose as parents to help your kid just get there by instilling in them the foundations of good character and enable them to display it through their good actions and good habits that you've helped them to acquire. It may not materialize in the field or area that you originally imagined, but through Life Treasures and my program, you'll teach them the tools through good habits to get them back on the horse again, to figure it out if things don't go quite the way they had planned. You know what? This is grit and resilience. And isn't it wonderful that you will have been responsible to have given this most precious gift to your child? You are your child's number one fan, and in the best position to instill the awareness and foundations of good character through good habits that'll serve them as adults. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's like super simple and certainly not rocket science. I'm going to personally walk you through each habit in Life Treasures to help each habit come to life. So not only will you be imparting valuable awareness to your child, it'll be fun and inspiring for the benefits that it'll yield you, your child, your family in the future. And focusing on doing your best today in the present moment, doing a good job, good things now, will naturally set up a great future. So I have to warn you that although we live in an age of immediate gratification and we want results now, you'll need to acquire patience because the effects will take a while to manifest. But it's all the more reason to start right now, huh? So before I go on to explain more on how we're going to help you through these most important and relevant years, I'll quickly recap again why our parenting help channel is different. It's different because we will maintain focus on you to help you raise good adults, not good children. We can certainly help you with the typical parenting concerns with our techniques, but our main goal is to help you instill the awareness in your kids to learn, remember, and apply the foundations of good character that you've taught them. And if you do this for them, the discipline they have, the discipline that they've learned through the awareness of good habits, will, it'll come so naturally to them because it'll be a part of their fiber and what they're made of. And it's going to be what you created. And they'll thank you for it one day. The help you'll find is going to be through Life Treasures and our YouTube channel. But rest assured that these good habits will prepare your kids to be the best that they can be. In my next video, I'll describe further what Life Treasures is, the program that I've been referring to throughout this video. It's super simple and an easy way to just introduce the foundations of good character in your kids. We'll essentially hold your hand on the how-tos of teaching it, and you'll receive practical help, to provide the traditional skills and habits that yield proven results for a prosperous and happy life. It's simple, doable, and the tips will help you to get your very important purpose of parenting done. I'll end with something for you to think about before you watch our next video. Often, the most challenging kids are the ones who are super smart. They're inquisitive and a pain in the you-know-what sometimes because of their endless questions and attitudes. But in respecting all of them as future adults and giving them the loving kindness and patient nurturing they need, you will one day have a dynamic, conscious, and amazing adult friend you help to develop. So to give you some perspective to make the tense and challenging times a little bit easier, here's your thinktivity. That's a word I made up. Choose a flower, fruit, or plant that reminds you of your child. If it's available to you, plant that seed, fruit or plant, and water it daily. Check it for bugs, weed it, fertilize it. And you can also do this virtually, through your imagination or your mind's eye. And it's simply to reinforce and remind you that it takes time for things to grow. And same for our kids, right? We have at least a decade to grow them into good, strong, and resilient adults. So I'll leave you here with the hope that you can release the anxiety of not having to have, the best behaved, smartest, quickest, sharpest, whatever as kid, and instead know that through your efforts, he or she is getting to know what their gifts are, who they are, who and what you are, and have the awareness of why you do what you do as their parent. I hope you will allow me to walk you through this process each week. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And if you will, please share with me the flower, fruit, or plant that reminds you of your child in the comments below, so we can visualize this garden of our children that we're growing together. And I'll start by sharing that my son Lee reminds me of the Bodhi tree. I believe it's a fig tree. Anyway, please share what you've come up with so our garden comes to life. Till next time, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Happy parenting. Bye-bye.